Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mundane Matt. And stories like this I always get a gigantic kick out of because it's one of it's always funny to watch cheaters get busted. It is. One of my guilty pleasures back in the day was watching that reality TV show Cheaters, where the guy would hire private investigators to track down someone to confirm whether or not they are being adulterous, and then of course confront them. And the show only ended when I do believe the person hosting the show was either stabbed or shot. I believe it was stabbed, but either answer seems relatively reasonable given the circumstances. Now, this particular story comes out of Florida because I feel, again, this sort of thing always tends to happen in Florida, where you have a young woman by the name of Bree who is an Uber driver. Starting her second day on the job, she is excited to get out there to be her own entrepreneur. And I know that's a load of bullshit because I was a former Uber driver, and at no point in time are you your own entrepreneur. But she had a boyfriend, right? Doesn't know his name. We don't know his name. We don't fucking care at this point. But she had a boyfriend, and that boyfriend and her had a nice night together the night before. He was going out of town because his mom's was in the hospital, and he needed to spend some time with her. So she got up in the morning, saw that his luggage was right there. She drove off to go and do her shift on Uber, and he drove off in direction of the airport in order to go see his mom. So she's out and about, and she gets a ping to pick up a Pax from the airport. So she goes and picks up another young woman and gets the address of where she's going, and her and the young woman start talking, and the woman's like, "Oh, I'm here to see my boyfriend. I haven't seen him in forever. I can't wait to see him." And she's sitting there going like, "Yeah, good for you. My man just left," and everything else. And as they pull up to the building, she realizes that she recognizes the place. She's like, "Hey, no, my boyfriend lives in this complex." And then they drive around the back of the complex to an open gate, and they drive on in. And as she's driving closer and closer to her destination, she starts to realize that she's kind of unsure what's going on here. She doesn't really know what's going to happen. And then she pulls up right to the building where her boyfriend lives, and she sees his car in the driveway. Now, the passenger at this point in time, an unnamed woman, all right, doesn't know what the fuck is going on, period. She's, getting her stuff ready to go, and she's trying to get the apartment number. And when she says the apartment number, it's the boyfriend's. And as she gets out of the car, Bree gets out to go help her unload her luggage, because that's one of the things us Uber drivers were supposed to do. And the boyfriend comes out to help, and she doesn't even fucking hesitate to go after him. Gets mad at him, starts yelling at him. I do believe she started hitting him, which I don't agree with whatsoever. But then the other girl, the mystery girl, the side chick, she gets in on the action because she doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Here's some random Uber driver going fucking crazy on her boyfriend. And so then Bree gets pissed off, jumps back in the car, and takes the fuck off, right? Well, here's the thing is the luggage stayed. So at this point, then the boyfriend's trying to contact Bree, trying to negotiate for the luggage. Bree ain't having none of that shit, and ends up basically stealing the girl's stuff, even going as far as taking her sunglasses, going to the beach, and taking a selfie of her in the sunglasses in order to, taunt the boyfriend, right? Who's now the ex-boyfriend. Well, the side chick is none too pleased with any of this, nor should she be. And so she contacts the police to report that her luggage has been stolen. To which case the police then contact Bree. Bree says, "Luggage? What luggage? I have no idea what's going on here." And she returns all the girl's items in a plastic bag to the police, but no luggage. And even now saying like, "I don't have the luggage, tee hee 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 hee." And we're all like, "Yeah, you stole the fucking luggage. We all know you stole the fucking luggage, Bree." The reason why I find this story amusing is, one, it went extremely viral. A lot of people are sharing it around. We're very much applauding what Bree did. I don't applaud what Bree did. I think it's funny what happened, her being the one to transport her boyfriend's side chick right to his front door and then have the confrontation. That to me is hysterical. But the stealing of her property and everything else is not, because it wasn't her fault. It wasn't her fault. Like, you're stealing this chick's shit, and it's not even her fault that her boyfriend is a lying, cheating piece of shit. right? And that part bothers me too. But also the people out there that were applauding her attacking him, the people out there that were applauding her slapping him around, I don't agree with any of that. Again, violence is never going to solve any issue. And of course, if it would have been the other way around, the story would not have gone as viral. If a man from Florida would have been like, I had to take my girl, you know, I brought my girlfriend's side dick to her place, and then I started smacking her around, no one would be applauding that. People would be calling for this dude to be locked up. And that's, honest to God, a question. Should Bree be locked up for what happened? Should Bree be thrown in jail for stealing this girl's luggage? Well, no, probably not stealing this girl's luggage, but assaulting, right? She could easily go to jail for assault. She basically admitted it by her tweets. And her tweets also show an absolute lack of remorse overall in the situation. Even going as far as to kind of saying, oh, I didn't steal the luggage, but it just never made it into my car. But yet she still had everything involved in that shit. And she even says in a tweet, or in an interview with Complex, I mean, that the police had no proof that there was luggage in the car in the first place. So it's very much a situation where the cops are probably just like, take your shit back, go buy some fucking luggage, you know, leave her a 1-star rating on Uber and be done with it. Because that's the most they're going to do. I mean, no, that's literally the most they're going to do. There's not much more they can do unless the boyfriend wants to press charges for the assault, which he clearly isn't. The downside to this, though, is it does set a very much a double standard in terms of how to respond to these allegations of cheating or the discovery of cheating, right? Like the domestic violence aspect, it happened. While the story itself is entertaining in its own right, that is something that should be addressed. The domestic violence happened, and of course, no one is looking at it as a negative. Does the boyfriend deserve probably a punch for cheating on his girl? Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that. But there's a difference between saying someone should be punched and advocating for them to be punched. There is an absolute difference there. The dude fucked up, deserves to get karma. Karma's going to be bitch one way or the fucking other. She won't release his information as, you know, because she doesn't want him to get basically, like, you know, attacked by the media or attacked by social media. In fact, she says that his mom is very much monitoring what she does because there's been talks about, like, possibly going after her for assault or going after her for defamation, so on and so forth, dragging his name through the mud. That's a private affair, right? That, I mean, there's things there with that. So it's probably one of the reasons why she's keeping it under wraps. But again, as much as I feel this dude fucked up and probably deserves a punch in the face, I don't think he actually deserved to get hit. No one should be punched in this situation. She should have just dumped his ass, dropped off the luggage, and moved the fuck on. Because now she's not even working with Uber anymore. Now she's not even working with them whatsoever. She was her second day on the trial portion of the job, and they fucking canned her ass. At the end of the day, though, this particular story is one that I do think is epic in its own right, because the whole notion of an Uber driver was taking the side piece to her boyfriend. That is something that is hilarious in its own right, and horrible and tragic at the same time. Because, I mean, look, I'm not unsympathetic across the board here. I'm very sympathetic to the young woman who didn't know that she was a side piece, right? I'm not sympathetic to the boyfriend at all, period. Except for the violence part. Shouldn't have got that. But they're calling her Uberbae on Twitter now, and she's kind of hit this, like, folksy type of status, you know, like folk hero type status, you know. And I think sometimes it might come across as being not the best thing to kind of give the credence to, right? To give that kind of positive attention to, because that's not the way you handle conflict. But then again, when it deals with cheaters and emotions, they're running high, they're running hot, they're running heavy. Anything can happen. And yeah, you know, it's just dumb. It's just so fucking dumb. But I'm wondering if the story's going to end, or if the story's going to go forward, or anything else. So we'll have to wait to see what happens. But I am curious to know your guys' thoughts on this. Do you think that it's funny? Do you think that it should have gone as viral as it did? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys haven't already, definitely, you know, thumbs up the video, because those help with the analytics right now, especially given the fact of everything happening with YouTube. And also subscribe if you're new. Check out my vlog channel up here. Check out movie news channel 3 Brick Theater right here. And check back daily for more content from me. My name, of course, is Mundane Matt. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.